guys? Welcome to the Retro Ranger wrap-up. I don't know, did we do a show last week?
Hey, no. Princess, you are absolutely correct. I cannot mispronounce Arkansas. It is an actual law. It's true facts, guys.
Oh, it is?
It's true facts.
Did you get a ticket or what? Like, I don't understand.
They said it doesn't really get enforced, but apparently it is a law that you cannot it's illegal to mispronounce Arkansas.
So, like, is someone going to go online and be like,
I don't know, but
Arkansas?
I've already lost control of this show. Hey, you, over there. Zip it.
Peanut
Just
gallery.
kidding.
Nuts.
Just kidding. That's what's kidding. I am Joe. This is Daniel, and that's Elle. We are here live at the Comic Book in Manhattan Beach. If you don't know where that is, it's in Manhattan Beach.
In California.
Somebody gave the address away.
But guys, how's your weekend been? You were sick earlier this week.
I was, and I am alive now. My week has been very busy. My daughter's doing like college tours.
Ooh.
So it's like,
where does she want to go?
I just actually came from San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah.
UCSD?
Yeah. She's
That's a good
interested, because she wants to do international business, blah, blah, yada, yada. Oh my God. Not a fan.
And you were in the desert.
I was in Palm Springs for the weekend.
Didn't take me.
Oh, looking at flowers and stuff, but actually spent like 3 minutes at the flowers because, oh man, the ground was moving with a gajillion disgusting fatty caterpillars.
Oh my God, did you record it? Did you get video?
No, I scrambled out of there. That was gross. And the whole entire road, I thought it was just dirt. It was covered in caterpillar guts, and they're like twitching, from some of them that are half run over. It was absolutely disgusting. Super bloom, hard pass.
This is the stuff that we miss.
Yeah.
That we don't get to see.
I have some pictures. I took one like on the side of the road, and I was just like, you could see juicy fat caterpillars.
That's why it's called roadkill.
But there was so many of them.
What about you?
Yeah. How's Disneyland?
It's fun.
Good.
It was great, actually.
Wow,
Good answer.
Good answer. Great joke. Good story, bro. Good story, bro.
It was fun.
Good story, bro.
I had a lot of fun. We mostly spent the time, most of the time in California Adventure. There's a lot of rides.
Was the wine thing?
It was
happening?
a food and ride.
Yeah.
We drank a lot. But we, dude, have you guys ever done that stupid Ferris wheel thing?
Yeah, it's scary. The swinging one?
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
I don't understand it.
No, so every other one is a solid one that goes around, but other ones are like...
Go like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they even have that there.
For fun, because it's Mickey's fun wheel.
Stephanie, they cannot hear you. You have to realize our audience live cannot hear you.
I love this.
Bring your girlfriend to work day.
Yeah, right? It's your deal.
Stephanie, our audience
he doesn't want to die. I don't know. I think bravo for you for holding on and not trying to die.
It's scary.
Yeah,
it's super
man.
scary. Yeah.
I did dominate her in the Pixar.
Whoa. We don't need to know that much about your relationship.
This is not Quest for Player 2.
Come back on Tuesday.
Yeah, come back on Tuesday.
Right. We got some Power Rangers talk about. Let's talk
These
about
are
this.
good episodes. I love all three. Well, I love the two of them for sure.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, us?
Whoa, we're being attacked by King Mondo.
All right, so this is honestly the episode that all of you guys wanted Elle to watch. This is what we kind of were building towards alive.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster or a Mickey's Fun Wheel of Emotions.
Oh my gosh.
Let's first
like how I played off of that. No,
I did. Bravo.
Kick this off with Revelations of Gold. This is written by Shuki Levy and Shel Danielson, directed by Vicky Brana. This is where you're the Triforce stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah, I almost came in my Link outfit.
Whoa, what?
Whoa! This is not Quest for Player 2.
Link?
You almost came in your Link outfit?
No, I dressed up. I almost dressed up.
You
I almost came here.
We were talking about different things.
No, you guys are naughty. Get out of here.
Oh,
I
wow.
Speaking
showed up in my Link outfit.
That was actually kind of naughty.
Yeah.
Speaking of kind of naughty, Elle has a shirt out right now that you can get here at that hashtag show. You can get that at TeePublic, and you can get the variety of all the hashtag show shirts. But if you're feeling kind of naughty like Elle was coming in her Link outfit, you can get her teabag shirt right there. And that's how you transition, guys.
Nice!
That's how you transition.
Woo!
But yes, she does have a shirt. You can get that if you're feeling kind of naughty. This episode, though.
This episode was really fun.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Hey, okay. Right off the bat, when it comes to Trey, we finally get to see who he is. Is anyone else thinking to themselves, when did old Brendan Mejia travel back in time?
Did you know that fun fact here?
He looks like Brendan Mejia.
His voice.
He does.
His voice is still dubbed. It's still Brad Hawkins.
It is?
Yeah.
No
It's not
way!
this guy talking. It's Brad
Wait,
Hawkins.
what? Why?
That guy, dude.
Because that guy, the voice of those three twins, that's not their voice. It's Brad Hawkins, the triplets. It's Brad Hawkins.
Are they
the
actually
whole time.
triplets?
Yeah.
No way!
I mean,
He does look like Brandon Mejia.
does
They
he?
do.
He looks like the bully in Stranger Things in the second season. The guy that has like.
Dacre Montgomery?
Dickie Montgomery?
The Red Ranger from the movie?
Yeah. No, he doesn't look like him.
No, I'm gonna.
No, I'm not
Edward
gonna-
Sanchez says, Elle, you are so naughty.
Ah!
Nice.
No, kind of. Excuse you. Get it right. My slogan is kind of naughty.
Okay.
That's still naughty.
That's
Like,
so naughty.
It's kind of. You
Let's
don't
see.
think that guy looks like that?
Yeah, I guess he
I
does
get a little
actually.
bit, I guess.
Yeah, he does.
Dude.
All right,
I'm
so
not good with faces. I think everyone.
this is the Revelations Gold. It's the 33rd episode of Power Rangers Zeo. It's a 6th episode of the Gold Ranger arc, which reveals the true identity of the Gold Ranger.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. Not really,
Whoa.
because.
It did, and then we got
And then
a
we get a new-
transition.
I
You
get a
know?
new-
Yeah.
So let's talk this out. Let's talk about some of the highlights. Oh, mainly for you because this is something we're all revisiting.
Yeah.
It's something you hadn't really seen before. What did
I-
you think about this episode?
I was kind of thrown off because I was super excited and I was just kind of like, what? Who are you? Am I supposed to know who you are? And then they split into 3 and there's the Triforce of Courage, the Triforce of Wisdom. I was like, we got Link, we got Zelda, and the Triforce of not power,
Something else?
but all right, heart, because, you know, Captain Planet. I don't know. It was weird, but I was like, man, this is...
Did you record a reaction?
I did.
Oh, yeah?
I actually recorded 3 because apparently, like,
Nice!
I
I like it!
But they all look the same because I only have like the same face.
Hey, Elle.
Oh, it's blurry.
Tell me you recorded this today, huh?
I
can
recorded
tell
it. Yeah, I'm wearing
literally
the same
shirt
sweater.
you have on.
A little shot.
Yeah, I'm wearing the same sweater.
Nice,
What,
nice.
what did you record this on? Like, did you do this underwater?
No,
Small file.
it was. Oh, I did it on my phone and I
smart,
sent
smart.
it to Nagami. It might have got compressed
Okay,
in the
okay.
transfer.
Cause yeah, I'm like, it looks kind of misty. I'm like, did you wipe the screen?
Tray of
There's a
heart, tray
camera?
of wisdom, tray of knowledge.
Oh
Elle,
yeah, that looks really bad. But
so your reaction to this episode, what were the highlights?
I don't know. Like I felt like I was more excited to see like Goldar and Rito, to be honest. And they're like, "Where's our family?" And they go on this like quest to find their family, and they hire Bulk and Skull. And I thought that was actually kind of sweet, where it's like, "Hey, someone misses us, right? Someone's out there looking for us." And they're like, and they actually do their best to try to find their parents.
Yeah.
But also, I
yeah.
feel like don't Bulk and Skull kind of know that they came from the moon? Where they're like, shouldn't you look for like a big pointy boob lady named Rita and like this weird brain exposed guy named Zed? They're not your parents, but I know you guys all came together.
I don't think Bulk and Skull ever knew that, you know, Rita's base was on the moon at any time. But they do know, of
No,
course.
but on the
of
news
Lord
there was like
Zed
a
and
news
Rita.
thing at one point, like Angel Grove, and it's like news from the moon. Like
Oh,
Rita,
really?
and Zed, I'm pretty sure they did, or maybe I made that
don't
up in my
remember,
brain.
But I do. You are right as far as the Rita. and
Zeta.
Hey, that is
Zeta.
a good ship name.
Zeta.
That is a good ship
You were
name.
right about
You're on
Zeta.
that.
They
You're
know
onto
about
something there.
Zeta. They definitely do. Okay, so now we got them compared right here.
Dacre Montgomery?
And I'm looking.
Kind of looks like I don't know, kind of looks like him a little
The
bit.
hair lip thing. It's going on.
Yeah.
Kinda, a little bit.
What is that,
Yeah.
hair lip?
I don't know. But
Like the-
because it's not. He doesn't have a whole lot of.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So it's a
see.
weird thing. But we're on the moon.
We
and
are
that's
on the
what's
moon.
important.
So, Daniel, this episode here, Revelations Gold, what to you stood out the most?
You remember when the Gold Ranger said something about like where Zordon said like, oh, he knows us, and because he knows us, it's someone we know, or blah
It's
blah.
like you're a
something
liar, Zordon.
Completely like.
Oh, we already know
we did
Zordon's
not
an asshole.
address.
He
Yeah,
doesn't,
exactly.
he doesn't pay
Right?
attention to anything anymore. Him and Alpha are retired
Oh
now that
my
Billy took over the fan
God.
center.
I just
Lives
love the
there.
fact that he pulls Tommy out of that date, and he's just like,
Yeah.
I just want to warn you that something might be
Might
coming.
be humming. Yeah. Oh.
Tommy would have been like, you fucking dick.
Yeah.
Cock blocker.
Oh, I
but
didn't say that,
no,
actually.
but that's the thing. It was like, so I remember when that was said, but yet it didn't play out at all. I mean, it was
Yeah.
literally the next episode,
Yeah.
and it didn't play out at all. And
Yeah.
then also the thing about where the Gold Ranger said, if I tell you who I am, I'll lose my powers. Well, that wasn't true.
Well, he was already losing his powers when
Yeah,
he was
well,
revealed,
true.
and then like Carbonite Trey comes from the moon and like. And, yeah.
So wait,
Oh yeah, he was.
how is he so
Yeah.
strong but then losing his powers all at the same time?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But the one realistic thing in all of this, I loved how finally, like, they had an underwater scene, and it wasn't like Baywatch, but it was just brown water. And I'm like, when you go swimming in the ocean,
Yes.
that is exactly what it looks like. And
That's
everything
true.
else,
But
like in movies,
they're
they make
little
it look
bits and pieces.
Important
They make
thing
it
here,
look
important
crystal
thing here,
clear.
tying this into continuity. That was Aquatar. the home planet. Yeah,
No,
that was
they
Aquatar.
crashed down.
We're talking about
because-
when they crashed down, and then.
Oh, you mean like at the
where-
beach or
Yeah,
whatever?
and the beach, and like they're like, "Where's Tommy?" And it's
Well,
just
you can
brown
easily
water
tell that's
going
San
around.
Pedro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I love how Kat immediately they were like, Tommy. I was like, why is it always you yelling Tommy?
And like, you're
I
the
even-
good swimmer. Go swim after your like boyfriend.
That's
You
right.
are the
That's
Olympic
right.
swimmer. Why don't you go save
Nope,
them?
nope, completely powerful.
She just wants to scream.
I'm telling you, it's Jean Grey and Cyclops with those two. I just want a supercut of her. Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. Like all she does is yell Tommy. Does
Someone put
nothing
that
for the
together.
team.
Yeah, I don't know. I did like that too. I thought the realism of the brown water really gave it a zest.
Because every time you go into the ocean and you actually can't see.
Yep, you can't.
And
You
all the
can't.
movies, they're lies.
Yeah, because it's dirt.
Yeah.
That's what sand is, guys. It's dirt.
Yeah, and with the waves crashing, it just swirls all that stuff.
Yes.
The beach water looked filthy. Well, welcome to California.
Yeah,
true.
well, there
That
you go.
is
Sorry.
how it looks here
Yeah.
in real life.
They actually digitally removed the syringes that were floating in the
Oh,
water.
yeah.
So
Just to keep it the
congratulations.
G rating.
Yeah,
G
you know,
rating.
they're
I think
syringes and
that
dead fish.
3 of the Power Rangers it was staph infection.
Yes, exactly.
But after this, we also had them crash in Aquatar. Is that right?
Yep.
Did I get this right?
Yep.
I didn't watch these.
Wait, they crashed in Aquatar? No,
Well,
they didn't.
remember when
He
they
went up.
Shot down from
shot
Aquatar.
down the pyramid, it crashed
That was
into
in the
water,
beginning, and that's
then,
Aquatar found him and then put him in carbonite and sent carbonite
Did you?
carbonite
So
tray
you saw
down
this
to
on
Earth.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Did you see like the bloopers at the end of this episode?
I actually didn't watch the bloopers. My Netflix
It cuts off.
cuts it. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and I'm
too
too
quick.
lazy to get up from my seat and actually
Press
click
the-
for it to stop.
So-
But look at Carbonite Tray. That is like the best special effects I think I've ever seen. Their visual effects team gets an A+.
I want hashtag Carbonite Tray to be a thing.
I hope that's a shirt.
Like
That
that
should be a
sounds
shirt.
like a
That should be a Han
rapper.
Solo
That
shirt.
does. It does
Like a Han
sound like a
Solo
rapper
shirt,
though.
shirt,
Like
shirt.
who is like, yeah, Carbonite Tray. Like
Yeah.
it just sounds perfect.
And they had like, and there was bounty hunters after him too. So the Mandalorians were coming, and like they're like, oh, we got to get him, and like the alien Mandalorians, and like they put him in carbonite, send him back down to Earth for his
thing
bounty,
is-
and like
my thing is, are they ever gonna come back?
Probably
because
not,
It's like,
'cause it's
okay,
Power Rangers.
They're back. Yep.
what they
No,
are? That's
they-
amazing.
really?
Yeah.
The
They're lying to me
Mandalorians.
right now. They're lying to me. No, and I think like they were like, all right, we shot him down. That's good enough. He's dead. But then they have to hear rumblings about him still moving around, and later finding out that it's Jason. Spoiler, guys. We didn't
Yeah.
talk about the next episode, but find out later it's Jason. They don't have anything
Well, I think they're
like
only
nothing to
concerned
come
with
back for.
like Trey himself because he came from the Triforce planet, and I don't know, but he has no powers. But
Yeah.
he has to go and put his soul back together, and nobody seems to care about it.
Nobody
so he's
cares
fine.
about that at all.
I think it's
No
interesting.
one.
So, am I mistaken here? Are there a planet full of people that break into threes?
Well, they break into threes apparently when they all lose their powers, or they're not harmonious.
But see, that's the thing I had a
I
question
don't
too.
know.
Is he like the one Power Ranger from that planet that's like sworn to protect that planet and now he has no powers? It's like, well, I got to go back and fuse myself together, and now they're defenseless. Or is it? Or
That's
do
what
they
I got.
That's what I think.
Yeah, right. Or does everyone potentially break up at some point?
That's like when they're
into
dying,
three?
they split into 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
But
like
I'm
the
like-
three main qualities. So it's like if I'm like
Somebody needs to
petty
explore this
and
canon.
stubborn and something, like everyone will be bad, and now you got to battle like three
Hopefully
awful
in the
personalities.
Comic. Hopefully in the comic, they take
do
time
people
to go
still
back
read
and do
that?
it. Well, I don't know. We stopped. But it was good. At least Go-Go is.
Go-Go's. I saw.
Go-Go's the best stuff. I mean, all the other stuff I don't even
And
know
the
what's going on
anime
with
and
it.
the drawings in Go-Go's.
Oh
so
man, it's so
freaking
good. But then after that, the story even builds up even more. It's amazing.
So in the bloopers, before we got sidetracked on all this, you can see that Tommy, or they're like talking to Tommy, and he's like, "I'm cold." Like,
Oh, really?
Because they were freezing. I mean, that had to be cold to
the
shoot.
bloopers, yeah.
And then, oh man, it just looks so. That's the one day on work where it's like, oh man, this is gonna be a long.
It's like, yeah, right. Like you're like, oh, that's what I signed up for.
So we know that Trey. I honestly was gonna say I thought it was a disappointment when I was a kid, and you realize Trey of Triforia is the Gold Ranger. It's like, who
Yeah,
cares? Who
that
is
was me
this
too.
guy?
My reaction was like, "Who are you?
Right,
Why
dude.
do I care?"
I remember, like, literally when I was watching and I thought to myself, I should record my reaction because it was just sitting there like, who?
Yeah,
What the
and
f-
then
what is this?
but by the end of this episode, it kind of brought it back where I was like, Billy gets to take the powers?
Yes!
What? Billy is the Gold Ranger. You guys are all liars.
But
What a red herring! And
unfortunately,
that's what
yeah.
I would have thought too, because it was like you set this up so perfectly, but then you realize that he takes the thing and he can't take the powers.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Man.
What's going on now? And then I like the tie back though, because it's like, well, he absorbed so much
Yes.
energy when
Yeah.
he jumped on the thing.
that
when the
is
command
right.
Yeah,
center
and
blew up.
negative protons in his body or whatever. But I was like, wait, so Billy is it? And this is like when that Ferris wheel of Mickey's Fun Coaster comes in. I was just like, wait, oh, disappointed. What? It's crazy. And like, wait, what?
It just felt sorry. I felt sorry for him having to explain it to everyone. Like, hey guys.
I know, and Billy
I know,
he
he
was
was
already
so-
outed once, and he was like, "Sorry, you're not a Power Ranger. You get to be Steve Jobs." He's like,
It-
"Oh, I
it-
get to be
yeah,
gold.
it
I
is
get to
literally-
staff.
Yeah, he's like, I get to be like the strong. I get to be the.
I finally
Tommy.
get to
I
be
get
the
to finally
leader.
be
I
a
get to be
leader,
the
yeah.
leader." And
I
I've been
get to
doing
be
this
a
the whole
ranger.
time. And then he was like, "I can't do it, guys."
Like, it sucked. It really was one of those where it's like, oh.
I
male
felt bad for
impotency.
him.
I know,
was
even,
like,
a horrible
even
male
tell
impotency
Tommy,
commercial.
even Tommy, you can see he felt bad for him.
He was
He's
like, "Hey, sorry,
man,
buddy."
It's all right, buddy.
Yeah, hey, it happens to every guy. It's one of those conversations.
Except
that
for
just
you,
felt-
Tommy. You can be like 3 different Rangers in a score
Tommy's
of like a few
nope.
months.
Tommy's like, nope, not for me though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
and
buddy,
apparently
all
not
of
for
us-
Jason.
Not all of us have the power. Oh, you know what? He just sent me a text message.
Oh, really?
I forgot Jason David Frigg. I forgot to
really?
respond back.
Dude, I saw him
play his
recently
messages.
online. It was hilarious. Johnny Young Bosch had him do this thing where there were just a line of people walking up to him, and he would go like, puh, puh, and he just kept punching a bunch of people. There were little girls, old men. It was hilarious.
Oh,
and I was
wait.
like, this is
Don't
so
talk.
funny.
I might have an announcement here.
Whoa. Have you listened to this all
No,
the
I'm
way yet?
listening to it right now. But
Right,
I shouldn't have played
really?
it.
You shouldn't? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Let's do it first.
It's going to be interesting. I wonder if...
Whoa.
Sounds big. Sounds big.
Is it
What do you
big?
think it is?
I hope it's gold.
That would be nice.
What's that called? That's like,
Wow.
trip. You want a trip?
Yeah, I know, right? It's not even him. It's not even him. It's like, hey, you want a trip? Yeah, you want a trip to something. You get to go back to Disneyland and have more fruit and cheese. With
Wow, this is huge.
wine. Can you play it? Or?
No, but I
He
can.
didn't even listen to it. He just wanted to make it look
No,
exciting.
I'll let you
tell
listen to it.
us
I'll let
later.
you listen to it.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Just
Okay.
listen to it. Just hit that
She
play
gets to
button.
listen to it.
Okay.
Right?
Not the second one. Hit go.
Wow.
You come late, honey. I mean, you can't.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I came late.
Gifts, like,
Haha, I came late.
Did you hear what he said?
No, I didn't hear what he said. I can't hear. I'm sure it's big. It is actually
You
him
listen to
talking,
it. Just
so
hit the play
it's
button.
fine. Oh man, look, it's like Zed and Rita.
Anyway, back to this.
Wait, what?
See, I can't hear anything either. Say it out loud. The best part of secrets is sharing them, guys.
Well,
Let's
the
go
thing is,
ahead.
we can't just share like.
Not this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell me secrets. I'm not good at that.
You can find it on our website probably tomorrow. But
At that hashtag.
at that hashtagshow.com. Back on track though. This was a pretty crazy smorgasbord of.
Morgan.
But not as crazy as the second one coming up. Do you have notes or errors or something for this episode so we can move on to the next
Distracted.
one? On to the next,
Errors.
on to the next.
So
What?
What?
that's pretty crazy.
Oh
right?
my God.
Wait, let me re-listen to
No,
this.
well, no, it's so much to do.
As you're reading notes and errors.
All right, you
right.
just listen to it.
Yeah.
You walk
Oh,
off
yeah.
and listen to it.
You talk
Get
about
off of me. No, I was kidding. Errors. So Billy said that. Actually, I do notes first.
Okay.
Trave Trifoya is revealed to be the Gold Ranger. Lord Zed and Rita return from exile. First appearance of Queen Machina in the American original footage.
Nice.
Billy's negative proton encounter with the exploding command center console in Hog Day Afternoon is recalled in a flashback, thus explaining why he never got the new powers. Tales from Space, the comic book that Skull was reading, is actually a prop from the film Back to the Future.
A word.
Yeah.
Yo, that's dope.
Hey, that is cool.
Right?
That'll be up on that hashtagshow.com.
I told
Probably
you.
tomorrow.
It wasn't just hype. That's a
It
real
wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
It'll probably be up tomorrow, guys.
Nice.
Man, look at this. I have this like mark on my finger now, and it's like been bothering me for the last like day. All right, sorry.
I can
Errors.
probably cut that out for you.
Cut
like,
it
really
out for
quick.
me. Can you cut it out for me?
I don't have a knife.
Do it
Oh
live
no,
on
we
air.
know someone has a knife.
Oh yeah,
Producer.
Nagami always says.
This man has everything. He's
Error.
always prepared.
Billy said that when the command center blew up, he absorbed an extremely high dose of negative energy proton molecules. But that is wrong because protons are positive and electrons are negative.
Hey,
Yep.
Billy.
Science,
can
bitches.
Build a flying car. I'm gonna trust Billy on this.
Yeah,
one.
I mean, yeah. You know, I'm gonna say whatever he says is right.
The Rangers go into the ocean in civilian clothes. Once they rescue Trey from drowning, their clothes are completely dry.
Oh, because Tommy was cold.
Yeah, exactly. They had to change him.
When Rita mentions Rito and Goldar's name, Rito doesn't know she is talking about who she's talking about, despite the two knowing the name at that point. Those are the only errors. But that's gonna do it for that episode, guys. What do you guys rank it in the chat? Because we have a lot of you guys in here right now. We want to know what you guys rank it, and what do you guys rank it?
I guess on a 5. I thought it was super exciting. It held my interest. Not a lot of like boring fights or anything. I was like, man, who is Trey? Triforce Trey. Carbonite Trey.
Carbonite Trey.
Carbonite Trey.
And then it's supposed to be Billy, but no, Billy gets juked.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's true. I agree. This was a really good episode.
Hello,
There was a lot
Mr.
of
Marrow.
exposition.
Good morning from Germany, he says.
Guten Tag.
There was a lot of exposition, and yeah, we got
Got a super
much
chat.
building.
It's the mark of JDF in your finger, Joe.
Dear God.
I'd be our version of JDF. All right, so what did you give it?
5, man.
You gave
Definitely.
it?
A 5.
I'm also going to give it a 5. Thomas
Wow.
Franco, 4.5. Larry Newbill, 5. Jared Hodges, 5.
Good.
Megan Hines, 4. Layla Nolan. Layla Nolan gives it a 4.5. The Red Blue Blur gives it a 5. Mikey Perez, 4. Edward Sanchez Productions, 5. WWE Master, 4. Kwame Jones, 4.5.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Kwame Jones, that's Captain Planet.
Captain Marvel. Ryan Infinity Wizard gives it a 4. Blackwing gives it a 4.5. So those are the rankings for that episode. I mean, across the board, I mean, evenly, it's pretty solid that we gave it a 5. You guys gave it very close to a 5. We're going to say it's a 5.
Yeah, for those that didn't give it a 5, you're wrong, but it's okay.
So this next one I actually want to talk about because, Elle, this is the episode that we have been waiting for
Yes.
you to watch.
Golden Homecoming.
And this episode is directed by Vicky Brana and written by Douglas Sloan. Golden Homecoming is the 34th episode of Power Rangers Zeo. It's the conclusion of the 7-part Gold Ranger arc. It makes its debut of the Super Zeo Zords and the return of who?
David.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sure. That's it. That's the answer. That's the answer. David was the guy who wore, yeah.
Honestly, like in the beginning, I thought because it was like, hey, bro, blah, blah, blah. But I guess Tommy does call everybody bro. I didn't know who it was. I was actually incredibly shocked when it was Jason because I was like, who? Wait, that can't be Jason. He got sleeves. Jason don't wear sleeves. And I was just like, what? So I got a little bit closer to be like,
they threw you off when he had that
he had a
old
trench
school
coat.
Western trench coat,
a long sleeve, not even short sleeves. And I was like, and even when he took it off, I was like, that can't be
Here's
Jason.
a fun
Look at
fact.
sleeves.
When me and him were little kids, or younger, a lot younger, he said they're gonna reveal who the Gold Ranger is, and I said I have a feeling it's Jason. He's like, what makes you say that?
Yeah, I remember this.
And then
I remember
I was like,
conversation.
and he was like, no, I think it's Jason. He's like, are you? No, he's
sure?
like, no.
Like,
way.
what makes you think there was no lead
So
up to make you believe
there was
it
a
was Jason?
and there was a preview, and in the preview it had this scene specifically,
Yeah.
and I swear I heard him go, oh, and I was like, I think that's
There's
Jason.
Jason. Yeah.
Dang, that is pretty good.
Like Joe,
That's right.
the Eagle Eye Watcher, man. Honestly.
Thanks. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's so
thank
sweet.
you.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's in the studio today, guys, and she's
this a mix?
She is bartender this afternoon.
I am, right? I have
yeah, she's bartending for us. She is awesome, but back to this episode, because I'm going to get distracted now.
Yeah.
Now, the Golden Homecoming, I was going to say Golden Shower, and that's it. Nothing to do with this.
No R.
So,
Kelly's up
the
in here.
first line in this episode, we'll run away from Golden Shower. Ready to break for it?
Yeah. But how cool. But there's so many things that aren't like, there's so many plot holes with him coming back.
Yeah.
I love that he came back, though.
But
It's
also,
perfect
and
for him.
they do bring up the peace conference that they were going to. But
Yes,
it's
he
like,
does.
yo, where is Zach and Trini? Like, you don't even mention them a little bit. Like, saying, like, oh,
Well,
they had to
'cause-
stay back in Switzerland or whatever because they're working on a new project. Like, that would explain that away. But also, I like how Tommy knew that Jason was already back and we haven't seen him at all in school.
True.
Like, no, or he was like, hey, I know he's coming from the airport. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go pick him up.
Wait, are we led to believe, though, that Jason and Tommy were always, like, the best of friends?
No.
See,
They
okay,
didn't like
my
Tommy.
question was, where was the rivalry during this time? Like, the behind-the-scenes rivalry
Yeah,
of
that's a
those
great
two?
question.
I want to know, and I would love to ask JDF, but I know that now it's gone to a point where it's like, it's poor form to even ask.
Yeah.
But I would love to know, during that time, where was the rivalry? Like, was there still a kind of like, whatever, you came and took my job or blah, blah, or
They
was
kind
that
of-
not even a thing?
I don't know.
It's very interesting.
I think they address
the
it a little bit
behind-the-scenes
maybe
stuff.
at the end of the next episode that we're going to talk about, where they have like this
Oh
whole thing.
man!
But,
Oh, well, you talking about Jack Jason?
yeah.
That's what you're talking. Oh
Yeah.
man!
But I don't know. Like it's interesting, and I like to
Jason
see
did come back
Jason
kind
come
of
back.
like,
Dude,
Yeah.
not kind of.
He is
Dude
cut.
was ripped. I
was
was
cut.
like, God, like he was a close to bum ripped. It was almost there. Like it was like crazy definition. I was like, bravo on it. But I did love that opening sequence, though, man. That was pretty dope. Where
Yeah.
it was like we got a lot of action and everything.
Yeah, it was super fast paced, but I don't know. I love Jason coming back, and I was like, oh, what's going on? But also, man, Rito and Goldar remember who they are. Their mama. Well, not mama. I don't know Goldar's parents. I feel like
Yeah,
Rita kind of
yeah.
is his mom, but.
Old Zed,
But
kind of.
But I really wish that Bulk and Skull were incredibly sweet to them during their entire stay on Earth, and like they had this kind of complex story where it's like, wait,
I was. Just
I don't know
told
who to.
not be nice, but-
yeah, like I don't know who to line with. Like Rita actually yelled at me like every single day, and Rita's like, "Oh yeah, nobody likes me," and I just came
like
in.
my sister
And
was a
Bulk and
bird,
Skull like
yeah.
treats me really nice. Like I don't know if I could conquer Earth anymore, and that would have been a more interesting plot development. I feel like,
Hey, you
but
know what?
whatever.
Well, but the thing is, how mean were they when you think about it? They gave them a place to live. They could have
made
been
them
like,
live.
see ya, monsters, go live on your own on the streets. No, they
weird
still gave them
sentence.
something.
That's true.
What? Yeah, it is a weird sentence. But they were like, hey, here you go. Put a roof over your head. You're
Keep you
not
in
working
garage.
or doing anything.
And
I'm
they
still
obviously
giving you
fed
food
them
to-
somehow because they're
Exactly.
still alive. And
Exactly. So I'm thinking they're
I don't know.
doing
Does
something
Rito
well.
eat though? He is just kind of skeletons.
He's,
I'm
he's
assuming
not even
Goldar
skin
eats.
and bones. He's just bones.
He's just bones. So I don't know if
just
he eats
bones.
anything. But
I don't even know. I don't. But Goldar, hey, you know.
But hey, like
he
Bulk and
looks really
Skull
healthy.
kept their little pets alive, but
They
still, I
did?
wish they treated them nicer and had
Yeah.
some conflict.
I
don't know.
agree.
I was gonna say Jason's a badass.
I mean, he came back like a boss.
Sub-badass.
I think that. How cool was that seeing him back though? But he does make this comment of like, man, we did a lot of good at the peace conference. Like, yeah,
What did
Like,
you
what'd
do?
you do?
cool, bro. What you do?
What did you do?
Also,
I'm
maybe
wondering.
like since they're from Angel Grove, I feel like they should have talked about the
We got super
monsters
chat?
on the moon and how.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, red blue
Yeah,
blur.
yeah, it is.
The red blue blur. Billy's look when Jason was real was priceless.
Wait, do we have a screenshot of that?
Do we have a screenshot of that?
Let's get a
I
screenshot of
don't
that.
think
Way.
so, but we'd have to pull it real quick.
Oh, another super chat. Wow.
Oh, J
This is a
Hero.
big one. I get why some wanted Billy to be gold. I don't have the money for a super chat rant to explain why Jason was the right choice. I just wish that the story explanation for Billy's incapability was more beautiful. Or was more believable. Sorry. Say beautiful.
You know what?
right?
Because you
beautiful.
gave that super chat, go ahead and give us a rant in a regular just
And we will read it
conversation,
out
and
to
we
you.
will read it.
Yeah.
But yo, that is true, and that look is priceless.
Jason?
That look at price is like, really? Out of all the people,
He was like, I was just about to be leader. I wanted to be leader. I,
think-
worked
you
hard
did.
for this.
I think you did. Like you left.
I think
and
it would
you
have
still
been.
get
I
it.
think it would have been better suited if Billy was the one that got Jason, though, because they were together like from the originals, and like it.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good.
It would, and also would have made Billy more like, you know what? I can still do my part, but if I can't do it, I know who can.
That would have been dope.
That,
like, he was
yeah,
like,
that is actually a really, really
would've
good
helped.
point.
It
Yeah,
would've
because they
helped.
were a part of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Tommy didn't come in until later. But yeah, I mean,
like a cuckold. Yeah, that would have been it though. Like he's like, okay, I can't.
Oh,
do
we got
it,
another one.
So let me find
Dang.
somebody else, and then he shows back up.
we?
Boom.
No.
That would have been
No.
perfect. I would have loved it.
Oh, okay. No worries.
No, yeah, I would have loved it.
I think I'm a second behind from what's going on, but
I think so. Also, on this episode, unfortunately, this was also the advent of a super season. We got the convenient power-up where it had,
Yeah.
oh, hey, I happen to have
Here's a
the,
box of
here's the
crystals.
box of blah,
I
blah.
hated those new Zords.
I don't know.
Zords
They
are
look
the
like
worst.
Starburst.
I like Starfish one where it's like, I'm a
What?
starfish.
It was so
That's
stupid.
funny.
It looked like Patrick's freaking
Yeah.
Lord. Like that's what it
Starfish.
looked like. Oh
That's
my
how I like sleep at night
god!
when I'm like.
It was so convenient. Just a convenient power up at the last
Okay,
minute.
but the one thing I gotta give credit to is they all
Or
actually
credit.
Or credit.
credit to they actually all have Zords that they can utilize on their own. They don't like the other Rangers don't have to all combine to the main Zord to
Well, they
like
still do.
kick butt. They
God,
actually
this
all
looks
have
so
their
bad.
own like powers and stuff.
I just look at this.
They look so weird.
What is this?
Like one
This
has like
is
the
really
submarine
bad.
cannons on the
Japan,
front.
bro.
Well, yeah, she looks like she's a pill popper. Then you have the star one who's just like
The
I don't know what's
circle
going
ball,
on there.
and, like,
the
green
circle
as, like, a
ball just-
block.
Hey, do you
Yeah,
like Teen
I-
Titans?
Kind of.
So
Yes,
Daniel
yes.
Daniel was watching Teen Titans.
Okay.
And he thinks he knows who each one of us would be in Teen Titans.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm derailing the conversation from this, but I hate those Zords.
But we hate those words.
I know,
So,
like,
moving
tangent.
Moving on. We'll go just really quick.
All right.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go is a great thing, man. I'm
So
just
he
saying.
thinks he'd be Cyborg.
I see you a cyborg.
And I think
Jezzer
Jezzer
would be Beast Boy.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, come on, bro. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
blah blah.
yeah.
Okay.
High energy
Well,
and
then
fun.
of course, then with that being the case, Joe would have to be Robin.
I would be Robin.
Okay.
Come on, it makes sense. And well, Elle, you have to be Starfire.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm down.
Okay.
And
Okay.
McDolly would be Raven.
Yeah, I was
and
like, well,
Miggy's
then
Raven.
that leaves
Miggy's Raven.
Yeah.
It's just a given, right?
Yeah.
Like, you guys tell me yes or no. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let us know in the comments. And if you guys want to write an
Hey,
article
but I
on
voiced
it.
Cyborg. So
Oh,
relax
you
about
did.
it.
Hey, well, that was
That
wrong.
is true.
That was wrong.
Let's go on to this. Let's go back to this though. Cool thing that Jason came back. I would say that when we with him seeing him as a Gold Ranger, I think it's the best Power Ranger suit ever.
For sure.
Yeah, it
For
is.
sure.
It is.
He has
Forever.
a staff and everything.
And
Yeah,
he looked,
like,
yeah,
there's
like a
nothing-
staff. That's
there's
so cool.
none better
and he,
than that
and he,
suit.
and he looked great in it.
Yeah,
like
for
that's
sure.
the thing. And it was so cool now having him being the former leader, and then having Tommy come in as a Six Ranger place.
And now he's like, I'm
now
back,
it's like
bitches.
now it's kind of like the reverse.
I
and
got
think
the
that's
cool
kind of,
ass shield now. You
Yeah,
just got some painted gold on your suit.
You remember your flimsy gold shield? Well, that doesn't exist anymore. Look at me. Yeah, that's it. It was
But
like,
I
I'm
also
better.
like that
black
he,
and gold. Black
I
and
like
gold.
that they address the situation very quickly. Where he tells them, "Listen, I'm not here to like take over the team. I'm not here to make things the way that
Yeah.
they used to
Mm-hmm.
be." And then Tommy like kind of stops him and is just kind of like, "Listen, man, we're all a team.
all a
Like
team.
this is all about.
No one's the best.
No
or-
one's.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's addressed.
It is, and it's a good thing, and it's something that I wish the fans actually follow.
Jay Hero.
Going on further. What does he have to say?
That's his rant. Read it.
I can barely hear.
All right."
No context.
Billy's development as the man in the chair was perfect because becoming a ranger again would have reversed that for me. Jason's return was great, full circle of the Green with Evil storyline.
That's true, actually. I mean, it does. It comes right around, but it.
And I
does
like Jason
still
way
talk
better
to it.
than like Triforce Trey because that was weird. That was like the biggest like letdown. Where I'm like, man, you guys have been building this up. I was so excited for that reveal. I was like, who are
No,
you?
I'm just saying,
you
like,
are nobody,
I'm
man.
telling you, you guys don't believe it. Brendan Mejia, sometime in the future, discovers a time machine. He goes back and gets cast.
It would have been
as
better if
that.
it was the Red Ranger though, the actor from Stranger Things. That would have been fun.
well,
Dacre
I mean,
Montgomery?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. his name.
wait. Mejia was a Red Ranger at one time.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I'm just
you're
saying,
right.
I'm just saying,
Quite similar, I guess. I can see it.
Yeah.
Just saying. That's Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan, tell us the truth. In fact, you should call him.
So that's
And
the
he's like,
highlight.
Yeah, it was me.
That's the highlight of this episode is Jason coming back. What were
Yes.
some of the pros for you?
No, that was pretty much it. Where I'm like, I'm glad that it wasn't Triforce Trey, and if it wasn't Billy, I'm glad it's someone that we all knew. Like the buildup was worth it. Like the red herrings.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
oh man, this buildup has been happening for a long time.
My thing, I don't like that now we see these Zords and they're OP for a bit, because they were able to dispatch each one of their respective villains really quick. And then after that, it's like, what's the point? Later we're going to see them again, and they're not going to be like OP anymore. It's going to be, oh, here's some problem, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just hate the OP intro. I do hate it because it's like, yay, we
It
get to
was-
cheer,
it was
but
really
it's never
quick,
cool
yeah.
again. And then Jack Jason. Jack Jason is always great.
Jason.
Jason was jacked.
Oh, Jason Jack.
Oh.
Yeah, and then Rito, Rito and Goldar. It was great. It was great. That's it. I just love it.
It was a good episode. I like this. It was a good buildup. It was worth it.
All right. We got to do rankings. Oh,
What do you rank it
yeah.
in the chat?
before we get into that, though, we got notes and stuff. Notes, first appearance of the Super Zeo Zord. This is also the first appearance of Jason Lee Scott since the power transfer. Even though Jason's mentioned the peace conference, the status of Zack and Treaty was not
I
mentioned.
know. You should at least a throwaway line saying they decided to stay back to keep working on a project.
Yep,
or
the
something.
closest they're
That's fine.
mentioned is when Jason says, "We did a lot of good at the peace conference." The Neoplant plutonium mine mentioned had a source that revived monster armor, will later play a role in Wild vs. Forever Red. So that's pretty interesting. This episode marks the first time since Mighty Morphin and Oyster Stew that Zord battle had taken place underwater. Goldar and Rito regained their memories and escaped from Vulcan Skull, which you like.
Yeah, I just wanted more conflict.
Anticlimactic
Yeah.
exit for them, though.
Jason
Yeah, it
returns
was.
to his duties as a second in command, and Rocky is demoted in this. It's literally what the note says. Rocky was never the second. Let's be honest.
He was
guys.
fine. It was Adam.
man.
Adam for sure was second
Dude,
man.
and it sucks because you know the actor personally, and it's just like, I want to cheer for him so much, but it's like, they take so much away from you every day on this show. Steve, I love you, man.
Honestly, I feel
that's
like
it.
Tanya's above Rocky.
I would say
Everyone
Cat
is
is
above
too.
him. Yeah.
I don't know.
Cat
Cat
is
and Rocky
too.
are kind of like our own. Nah, I think
No,
Cat,
I think-
Cat
no.
still has less leadership skills.
Yeah,
than
but
Rocky
the thing
does.
is, I think because hey, when you're stooping the leader, blah blah whatever, you kind of get brought up a little bit more.
All right.
And so he's like, oh,
I don't know.
why
Rocky
is
and Cat are
everybody
down there.
better
Like
than me?
they got to fight for last.
They gotta fight for life.
Yeah.
Jason assures Tommy that although he has returned to the team, he will not try to put things back to the way that they had been before he left to the World Peace Conference, referring to his leadership as the Power Rangers.
Well, no one else knows. The only person that's still a ranger is Tommy. That would know how it was when it originally
Or Billy.
started.
Billy.
Well, Billy, but he's not a ranger. He can't really do stuff.
This is supposed to be showing what a fair man and ranger he truly is. He would briefly fill in as leader again during Tommy's absence, however. But here's the thing, I I don't understand why that would be a thing when clearly Tommy's introduced as leader as the White Ranger.
Yeah.
And Jason was still on the team.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
He hasn't been leader for a
Tommy
while.
should have just been like, you know what, we're not, even if you wanted things to go back, they still are.
They still are the same.
the
Like,
same
yeah,
way
pretty much.
as they were.
I'm the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
still the
letting
leader, guy.
Hey, just letting you know. You know, we're still a team.
Hey,
But
guy.
I'm still the leader.
Hey, guy, I'm still the leader. Still the leader, bro.
Oh, man.
We're going to get into our, rankings.
Let's
We did
rank,
our
man.
rankings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elle,
Give it a 5.
I'm also fiver.
Definitely, and it's 5 because it's connected to the previous
Yeah.
episode more than anything else.
By their
And
powers
That's why.
combined.
Because it
They were
would
a
have,
10 out of
if it
10.
was a standalone episode on its own, just like, hey, we didn't get to see anything else, I would have given it like a 4. But because it's connected to this whole thing, it definitely
Wow,
gets a 5.
this is crazy. This is the first time every single person in chat gave it a 5.
Oh, no,
except,
Layla Nolan.
Except Layla.
Layla, what is...
She has high standards, man.
She-
She has high standards.
It's that
Let the
Arkansas
girl-
water, bro.
It's that yeah, that's what it is.
Like, come
It's
on. If
it's
that
Arkansas.
is a song, she's in a song. That's
See, no, man.
It's that Arkansas
it's
water.
That Arkansas water. Something's going on there,
Oh,
man.
you're going to get fined for saying it?
Well, I'm not in Arkansas.
Yeah, I don't care.
that's true.
Arkansas. That's how it's spelled.
Everybody gave it a 5. That is crazy. That's the first time that's ever happened, except Layla, of course. Layla killed the curb there.
Hey, no, you know, Layla,
Hey,
once
don't
again,
knock
she has high standards.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I love a
We're going to
woman that
wait.
has
So when she
standards.
gives it a 5,
That's
it's
right.
going to be a really impressive episode.
That's right. That's right.
Above and beyond.
Above me. Ooh, look at that.
All right. What's our next episode?
Mondo's Last Stand.
It was.
Is it his last stand? I feel like there's
Well-
a lot more episodes in this season. So
Well, we're going to get a new
I mean,
villain coming in pretty soon.
Yeah.
is
they-
it Rita? Because she's not really new. Oh, okay.
Prince Gasket.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
Wait, Gasket? Not Sprocket?
just you wait. Just you wait.
What?
Whoa, sounds like an evolution. If you ask
This
me.
is written by Mark Linton and directed by Robert Radler. This is Mondo's Last Stand. Is the 35th episode of Power Rangers Zeo. This episode marks the first appearance. Nope. This episode marks the first appearance of the Super Zero Megazord combined combo.
Yeah.
Synopsis: An angry King Mondo takes the fight to the Power Rangers personality.
Personally. Probably.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Will the
Getting
Super Zeo
that
Megazord
Arkansas water?
be enough to defeat him? This is called Arkansas.
Yeah,
This is, no,
that's
this
it.
is, this is
It's
Mexican water. Tito,
Nice,
my boy
nice,
Tito hooked it up today.
You're gonna get Montezuma's revenge.
Well, that happened last week. But we are going to be talking about this episode right now. Mondo's Last Stand. Daniel, give me some highlights.
All right, highlights.
Actually, I don't want to hear from you.
Oh, come on!
I want to hear from the chat.
What
Chat,
up,
give me
chat?
some highlights.
Chad, give us some highlights.
They probably don't know. Just
They-
give me some
that's
highlights.
why I'm like, come on,
What
man.
about? Oh,
Rita!
is Rita living in?
Zed!
Are they living in an RV?
Yes, it happens. They have a mobile command center. It just happens to be
Be
an
like a
RV.
trashed up RV? Like that's where they've been living this whole time? And why did they not try to find their babies like how many months ago? They've been living in Bulk and Skull's garage.
All right,
or Skull's garage for how long?
First off, it's her little brother. I
Yeah.
don't think you really want to work so hard to bring your little brother back to live in an RV.
But
where you
he-
have the other idiots already there. You have Squat and Babu in there most
That is
likely
true. That
already.
is a small
You know,
RV.
these
It
two
is a
are
small
idiots
RV.
already
Like,
on their own.
I'm the
And
one
then-
who knocked.
Yeah,
They didn't want to
yes.
be. No one wanted to knock on that
Yeah,
RV.
you know, most likely they were making meth. And so you have
Yeah.
to deal with them already inside. Everyone living
Why
inside
has that
that
not
RV.
been a Jesse Pinkman?
Yeah, I thought about that.
Walter White meme
I
with
thought
his
about
Rita
that.
and
Rita
Zed.
and
Right?
Zed?
But it's like I feel like they come. It's like I'm the one who knocked. And it's like no, you can't come in. This is my own private domicile.
You know what? Quick question. Because they were sparring so much, I've got to ask about the guys like Jason, Tommy, Adam, and Rocky. If they were sparring as their characters,
Or for
who
real.
would be the one to win?
Be the best out of all
Yeah,
four.
out of the characters, not out of who they actually
I
are.
don't know. I'm almost on Adam's team on that one.
I think
Yeah?
Adam's faster. I think Tommy's stronger.
I think Jason is stronger and far more like.
If he
ferocious.
gets one
there
good
you
punch
go.
in, you're out.
Yeah, like Jason's one of those like I'm coming to kill, while Tommy's more precise, and
Adam is, like,
Adam is
cunning and,
more
like, agility.
It's quick,
Yeah.
very quick, and then you have Rocky who's just like I like living, and that's about it. So I think
I like turtles.
Oh my god, the skeleton
I mean,
boy.
dude, yeah, right, the skeleton boy.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. Wow, this kid's not going anywhere in life. I wonder what is going on with that kid now. Like, I
Probably
wonder-
has a legion of
A
turtles.
Legion of Turtles. Go attack people.
I love this
No, he
episode,
became
though.
MJ Spud actually. And he
Because
started to
No,
love.
that's Sneaky Snake.
Yeah,
The
he became
interesting
love
thing
Snake.
about this episode, though, is that this is, well, besides the last episode, the real first time we get to see an interaction between Os St. John and the actors that replaced him. Because
Oh
For
yeah.
sure.
it's interesting because even though they're all supposed to know each other, because we had stand-ins and we had the real actors there, but they never really kind of cross paths.
Exactly.
This is
Yeah.
really, and I mean, if you want to count the power transfer, but that was with stand-ins.
Yep.
This is the first time where Austin St. John and Steve Cardenas are like there, and I love this because it kind of it harkens back to like, well, yeah, you kind of did replace me. Now I'm replacing you now.
Yeah,
and, it's like,
and they call back to it. They call to it so many times in this episode.
here's
where
a great
like,
one from Red Blue Blur. I wanted to see more conflict between Rocky and Jason. That's interesting.
That's
because we're kind of
we're
what we're
on that
talking
subject.
about.
Yeah, because
right now,
Rocky
that's
does
a good
feel
super chat.
kind
That's
of
a great
jilted in
super
this
chat.
episode, and,
100%.
and the whole thing. And like, I kind of feel for him too. Where I'm like, dude, yeah, like. You're not the second in command. Let's not try to like fool ourselves.
No,
but I do
no.
kind of have that kind of like sense of like, oh, someone else is.
That's the
But at one
participation
time-
prize.
Yeah,
So I was like,
right,
yes,
right,
Rocky,
right.
you can be second.
Congratulations, Rocky.
Like, he
Here
goes
is
up
your
to Zord on
ribbon.
his own. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, I know we have a leader, but has anyone called dibs on the second?
On the
He was
second?
like, what?
Okay, Rocky.
Rocky, no one cares. I mean,
and
okay.
then you see Zordon just shake his head to Alpha.
Hey, it has to be a thing. Rocky needs something to help him still be on the team. And he's like, sure thing, Rocky. Here's a ribbon I have
It's the first time
created
I see
for
Zordon
you.
wink. He's like, yeah. No,
Rocky just takes it and walks off all happy. He's
But
like,
I do like this
"Guy's
though
an idiot."
for the character of Rocky because it makes a lot of sense. It's a guy that's essentially overcompensating because
Well,
he feels replaced.
Remember, at one time, Rocky was the Red Ranger. And then he got demoted to Blue. And now he's getting demoted to, like, 5th in line or
Yeah,
something.
because let's be
And it's
real,
just
gold is number one.
Come on, gold's number one. It's
sure.
I love gold.
do.
It's something. Gold's number one. You got red, and then after that, you have everyone else
Yeah.
besides you. And
Yeah.
he has to be sitting there,
Like
just
Billy-
like,
Oh, that was
More of
great. I love that scene
What?
where he's at the door. He's like, door.
Yeah.
The door just shuts on him.
And he's like so.
oh my god!
I love that scene. This was such a good episode, actually. I love this
The
episode.
Burble Baby thing.
The
Yeah.
Burble Baby
That was
thing.
interesting because how much it connected to at that time they were doing the whole search for the new Gerber baby.
And it kind of
So
popped
it
up.
that
It was
right?
called-
Yeah,
I didn't
Oh,
know.
really?
I had to look it up because I was like, hold on, let me look back. And I looked back and I was like, oh my god! During that time when it aired, they were doing the whole Gerber baby, new Gerber baby. Of course, they already knew who the Gerber baby was, but they were doing for the search for the new Gerber baby. And it was like, wow, that makes sense with the whole Burble baby thing. And then finding out that it's
Ernie?
It's Ernie! It just makes sense. Ernie is so cherubic anyway, you know?
It's true.
So it just makes sense. It was like, yeah,
Door!
Ernie
Another
should be
super
it.
chat.
J Hero 07.
You wanna read it,
Thank you
Elle?
so much. Rocky's insecurities about Jason returning almost had
To be.
to be addressed. The return of the guy you replaced. I like that they understood the big picture.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Because, yeah, it's something where it's like, you do feel like you're taken down.
But
from
see,
it.
it's
You're
like all the
second
guys, like, I like
last.
how Adam's just like, yo, whatever.
Oh,
And like
Adam-
Tanya and Kat's like, yo, we're girls. We never gonna move up because that's the way the
She's like,
society is.
she's like, I'm sorry, there's such a thing called patriarchy, and I
Yeah.
don't care. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then here goes, Adam's like,
But Rocky,
I'm better than
the
everybody,
one-
doesn't matter.
But Rocky is the one that has probably like kind of on the show like the least abilities, and he's the one that's most concerned about being replaced. It's like, were you not threatened by any of your
Anyone
other
else?
teammates?
Anyone else?
Like
Yeah,
I like
oh.
how you're so acute to Jason, but yo, everybody else when you look at them is a little bit better than you.
There is a deleted scene that happens in this episode, though, where Rocky goes up to Billy and he says, you know, I used to be the second in command. And Billy goes, no, you weren't.
That's messed up, dude. That's messed up. You know, he used to be second in command. Bro, let's not lie. Like, he's like, cool story, bro.
He's like, who told you that? That would have been great.
Oh, he's like, all lies, no truth, huh? That's great.
Oh,
That's
that would
great.
have been hilarious if that happened. But I mean,
He just cries right on
the look on his face right there is the best.
Like he
It's
just walks to the door and runs into it and like sits and cries.
I just
Hey,
love that
you know what?
that door. So,
Door! My thing was, if Mondo was able to see everything, why didn't he notice that, like, Rito and Zed were, like, well, Rito and Goldar were going away and that Rita and Zed were amassing an army? Like, how did they not see that, but they saw everything else that's happening?
How did Zordon not know that Jason just dropped his communicator into like Skull's
Sure.
bag?
Well, once again, we established a few episodes ago that
They don't do
Zordon
anything.
does not care anymore.
You know what
because
would have been
Billy
really
does
good?
everything.
If Billy remade that viewing globe so you can keep tabs on everyone, so you don't have to even confuse
I have that
them.
communicator. I got it
gold
from
one?
Yeah,
Power,
yeah.
Nice.
not Power, from Comic Con like
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago or so. You know how much
Nice.
that I bought it for $100. You know how much it's going for on eBay?
That was $100
$600
Yes.
for the gold one.
$500 increase.
because they only made 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Holy moly, that one is worth gold.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna bring it in.
literal
It's still in its
You know-
box. I haven't opened it.
I'm
You
gonna
know what
tear
is
that shit
great
open.
though? Like even with that,
JD would cry.
Even though with that, I do love that it was like mad convenient that they thought about a way
The
to
color
write
scheme.
him out. Well,
Oh.
not in
I
color
thought
scheme,
the color scheme
but
was
the color
better.
scheme is genius. But how they wrote him out so that they could still use that old footage that they still had left over. And they were like, all right, well, let's figure out a way. So we'll just write it that it just fell off. But then I'm also like, well, if it's that janky and it falls off, what are you going to do later in the week when you're like, oh, guys, we have to go play volleyball, and it just falls off?
Say
in the
you're
beach.
Jason,
Yeah,
right.
Jason, any Jason, all you need to do is just yell, and you're
Yeah.
fine. You just, hey, guys! And Jason, it sounds
Well,
like
another thing too with the communicators is that Tommy would always forget his when he was green. Jason
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Jason's
Yeah,
when
that's
he was
right.
gold.
That's right.
Man, I
So,
like Cat Yellow Ranger. That's like even Bulk and Skull tease Rocky, where it's like, hey, you feeling left out?
Oh,
Like,
yeah!
everyone can
Bulk
tell, and
and
Rocky's
Skull-
just like, damn.
Bulk and Skull came ready for it. They were like, "Oh, he's weak," and they just
They're like,
went in on
this is
him.
our moment.
Yes, and they were like, "Back to old times," and they
Yeah.
went right for it. Like, "Hey, man, that's pretty sucks." And he shows up, and look at him, he's better than you. Oh man,
Not even knowing it's
that
like a
hurt.
Power Ranger dynamic either. It's just
Yes.
like in school, it's like, hey, you're gonna be left out twice now. Just to rub
I
it in.
swear, I just thought it was going to be a moment where he was like, well, here it goes. We're going to have, on a very special episode of Power Rangers, Rocky ends up getting a drinking habit or something like that. Where he's just like, everything's
turns into
horrible.
Saved by the
Yeah,
Bell.
right? It's Saved by the Bell. I'm so excited. He hates everything about his life.
There's also where the scene in here where like Rocky's like guys, I went after him. I shouldn't. And Tommy's like, why did you do that?
I love no.
It was Jason.
Oh,
Jason was
Jason.
the one where he was
Yeah.
accusing, and Tommy's like,
Yep.
hey, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Jason
We're gonna
went
move on.
right to Jason.
Yeah,
Jason's
that-
like, why'd you do that? And I
I
was
was
like,
hey man, it's all right. We'll sort this all out.
yeah.
they went to everyone. Everyone's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It goes right to Jason. Why'd you do that?
It's
I
like,
was
this is why,
dang.
Jason, you shouldn't be the leader.
No, he should be, because that is a question I would ask. Why would you think that you can go alone and do it? We already knew that you were clearly incompetent. That's why you're not the leader.
You know,
you were
you
like
make a good
sixth in
point.
command.
I
Why
am
do you
convinced.
want to show up and try to do something?
But Tommy has to be the like one that's like, guys, like, come on.
Because he was
let's
the
just-
outcast. He was like, I know what it's
I know
like
what
to
it's
be
like,
left
buddy.
out.
I know what it's like.
Don't
I
worry,
don't know
guys.
what it's like.
Kid.
No one knew what it's like. Because if Tommy did it when he was the Green Ranger, Tommy would have actually beat him on his own. That would have been the thing. He would have been like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and it would have been done. And here goes him. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
And his
it
arm falls
failed.
off. His other arm. He's like, tis but a flesh wound. I can still fight.
It did fail.
It was
Fail.
like failed every way. But when it comes back to it, we're looking at the giant thing. Mondo, badass. I mean, with that sword, with the Damocles sword, he was
I
able
like
to
how he
just
buried it on
dispatch.
Earth, though, and he was like, I buried it around here somewhere with
Yeah,
his metal
like, out of all the
detector.
places, why Earth?
Like,
you know?
so you've been to Earth before.
Yeah,
And
clearly.
I like how the wife is like, God, he's done this again. I don't know why he tries to do
Yeah,
this.
that's right. That's right. I love how the wife, and at that moment, it was great to see that whole family ethic because she did do just like a wife would do, especially on Fox at that time. Married with children and all. She was like,
But I also like
just
how
tell
the
him
kid's
he's
like,
doing a good job.
is my
I don't
dad
care.
dead?
Yeah.
And it's just
Oh.
like, where he was like,
He needs massive repairs.
yeah.
That's
and then
what
the
she
mom's
said.
like, don't worry.
That's
It
what
happens
she
all the
said.
time.
Oh my
It happens
god!
all the time. Don't worry.
I love that there's a cannon that shoots out those Zords.
The Zords, I was like, pew,
Where
pew,
did that
pew.
cannon come from? Why is it there? And why are we shooting Zords out?
Man, I'm going to dress up
I
as a
just
red
don't get
starfish
it.
for
I
Power
don't,
Wars
I don't
Fun
get
next
it.
year.
You should.
Thank you.
You should. If you dress up as a starfish and just like,
All right,
I'm a red ranger.
I'm gonna get into the notes real quick. This starting with this episode, Jason added to the opening. He's added to the opening credits since Mighty Morphin season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's morphing sequence as the Gold Ranger debuts in this episode. Billy is shown to have worked his way up from black belt in karate class, which shows great improvement since Day of the Dumpster,
Yeah.
which he was the beginner.
Yeah.
King Mondo is destroyed in this episode, but will return fully reassembled in another song and dance.
Song and dance.
Oh yeah, there's a musical episode.
Yeah.
What?
No joke. There's a musical episode in Zeo.
Oh man, I am so stoked
No
for
joke.
that.
This is going to be the best thing ever.
There is a musical episode.
She will lose her shiznit.
No.
So
It
Power
was
Rangers was
good
ahead of the
choreography.
game. They actually had the first like musical episode. Well, not everybody, but
Well, yeah.
it's like Tommy and Kat. It's a music or no,
I'm so
Tommy
sorry.
and Tanya actually. Sorry.
Oh, I
Well,
love Tanya.
but we had Tanya sing already before.
Yeah, so we know she
we
can sing.
kind of had a musical
Well, we
episode.
had Kat kind of sing.
Yeah.
I think.
So the shot of the industrial landscape following the formation of the Super Zeo Megazord was replaced from a piece of footage in Trini's pollution video in Mighty Morphin Cleanup Club.
Oh.
Billy mentions the power booster is from one of the old Zords and was accidentally sent away to recycling after being dismantled. Many fans have interpreted this as a reference to MMPR Zords, such as the destroyed Thunder Megazord and White Tiger Zord. However, it is also possible Billy was referring to extra parts left over from the construction of the Zeo Zords, which were the old Zords compared to the recently acquired Super Zeo Zords.
That's what I understood it to be.
While Bulk and Skull are taking Jason's fingerprints, Bulk also asks Jason, how was the World Peace Conference in Switzerland? And Jason says it was good, making the final time the Peace Conference will be mentioned in Power Rangers.
Ooh.
This is also the first appearance of Rita and Zed's mobile base RV.
Oh.
Oh,
what?
they've lost a lot, which is really just a souped-up Winnebago.
Yeah.
Finster makes his return after... Finster makes a return, having last being seen... Oh, Finster, my boy Finster! After being seen in Zeo beginning, curiously, Squat and Babu are not with the rest of Zed and Rita's forces. Though Squat will appear in a non-speaking role in Countdown to Space. Countdown to Destruction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
When Bulk and Skull are in the process, or on the possession of Jason's communicator, the close-up reveals that it's gold with black microwave thingies.
Yeah.
Now, errors. There are a few errors in this episode. When Rocky morphed, the disc on the Zeonizer didn't flip up. It can be seen that Steve Cardenas failed to connect them properly.
True, Rocky.
If we ask Steve right now, Steve, the literal answer, and I'm just going to say this honestly.
I love Steve,
The
though.
answer would be, I didn't care.
He didn't care.
It would be, I didn't care.
He's like, that's what Rocky would do.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
he would say, like, I was a character. It is what Rocky would do,
Oh,
especially during this
Steve.
episode.
That's true.
But of
Where he
course,
feels
of
like
course,
defeated.
Of course, this happens in this episode.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is great. Jason
Dude,
fought.
We need to have Steve.
I want to. We got to
We
get
just
Steve
gotta
back.
call him and just tell
Jason
him to
fought
show
the
up.
cog. Well, never mind. Jason fought the cogs during the day while the Super Zeo Megazords fought King Mondo under the darkened sky. Thanks,
Thank you
Steph.
very much.
When the cogs disappeared, the clouds in the sky moved in a jump cut.
Oh, really?
That's it, guys. Did we rank this? Did you guys
No,
rank
we
this?
didn't yet. So
What did you guys?
Yeah.
What did you guys rank this?
let us know what you guys think the episode was while we tell you what we think.
Yeah, it was more fun talking about it, that's for sure. 'Cause I was
Definitely is.
Especially after the last two episodes, this was kind of not as great, but I'm gonna give it a 5.
Dude,
I'm gonna give it a 5.
This is a
Rocky
5 for me.
So funny in this one.
Rocky
It's true.
episodes, I love. I love Rocky and Adam episodes.
Yeah.
in these
Yes.
seasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that they're great. And this almost is kind of like the writers being like, this is like kind of behind the scenes stuff, but like
Yeah.
we're gonna put it on
was,
a show.
it was.
And I really like that they're going with the like, all right, we're just gonna just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this episode. I'm a solid 5 for me. This might be my favorite out of the 3 we just reviewed.
I agree. 5 across the board. My gosh, you guys realize this is we have seen 3 episodes and we gave all 3 episodes 5.
I told you Zeo was better than MMPR.
This
Yeah.
clearly, hands down, Zeo is definitely better than
And now I
MMPR,
wanna be a Gold
and now we know-
Ranger.
Dude, everyone wants to be the Gold
You
Ranger. You
get
should.
a Gold
Yeah.
Ranger cosplay.
I actually kind of looked on Amazon and eBay to see, but I might just spend money on Etsy
Work with
and get a
Jezzer.
real
No,
one.
work with Jezzer, and you guys can actually try.
Actually,
to
you
do
should.
something.
I
You
should.
should.
I should hit up Jezzer.
I would love that.
Jezzer is so
work
good
with
at
Jezzer
cosplay.
and what's
Except
his
for he's
name?
retired.
D
I'm gonna
Slim.
bring him out of
No,
retirement.
no,
to
no. Well,
build
he's
his
not
Cosplay stopped.
retired to create.
Cosplay ended.
Cosplay
Whoa,
never
whoa!
stops.
It
How
stopped.
dare you? There's a shirt on our site that says it never stops.
I just
Sure.
recently learned something. Never say never because never is a long thing.
Never- yeah.
So cosplay never stops. Cosplay did stop.
well, never say never because never is a long time.
I'm just saying.
That's how it works.
But we are going to
It
wrap
is a false word. Wisdom.
Never is a false word. Wisdom. We're gonna wrap it up right here. Oh wait, audience scores. Sorry guys.
Sorry, guys.
I forgot
We know what
about-
exactly
I
what you
forgot
guys
about
thought.
you because I don't pander.
Wait, Joe, can you do
What
it?
was it? I don't
think
even
so.
remember
Come
what
on,
I
just
said.
do it. Just do it real quick. Just do
I
it.
don't pander. What was the line?
I don't.
Line.
I don't pander. I don't
Chat me
pander
up.
to the.
I'm Joe.
Lines. I don't pander to the masses of the.
What is it like?
This is I don't know it. I don't remember the
What's the
line.
audience scores?
Master mediocre.
Fives.
Let's say master mediocre.
Fives. Thomas, everybody. Thomas Franco, the Red Blue Blur, Mikey Perez, Megan Hines, Red Blue Blur, Jared Hodges, Funny K Comics, Larry Newbill, Edward Sanchez, John Boy. This actually, Layla gave it a 3.5.
Whoa!
High standards.
Dang!
I don't
That girl is
pander
like, you know what?
to the masses of the unexceptional.
There you
Neither
go.
does Layla, so
Neither does
There you go.
Layla.
Neither does Layla.
Yeah.
Layla, you were on that level where I'm like, if Layla does not date Drake, I don't know who she is going to date. I don't know.
Drake.
I don't know.
Hey, Drake's a
I don't
proud
know.
Canadian. How dare you?
That's what I'm saying.
dismiss-
Once again, that's up there. It's up there, man.
It's up there. Canada's
So I'm
best.
just saying, when it comes to it, Layla's like, if I'm not dating somebody special, I'm not
I
dating
do
anybody at
want
all.
to forewarn you guys that are watching this show. Well, this isn't the warning. The warning. This is a warning, actually. So I should tell you guys that are watching this, we are not here next weekend. We are going to be at WonderCon in
right.
Anaheim, California. You're going to be able to meet all of our cast members, everybody from Hashtag Show. Daniel's be there. I don't know why I pointed you for Daniel, but
Yeah.
Elle will be there. Daniel will be there.
Daniel.
I'll be there. Everybody's going to be there. Jessup,
PSG.
Megdalia,
Purveyor Petty.
Shay, Josh.
Purveyor
Who
Petty.
else is going to be there?
Shay? Did we say Shay?
Shay's going to be there.
Woo!
Who's Shay?
Hashtag who's Shay?
Hashtag
will
who's
be
Shay?
there?
You'll find out. You'll find out.
Kelly will be
I'm
there.
gonna have to spell that because I would not
Shay.
even know how to spell that.
Yeah.
SHEA?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, what?
Woo!
Like
So-
your letter.
That's more like
We-
that's more like Shia.
We will
is
all
what it's
be
Shay.
at WonderCon
So
next week in Anaheim, California. So we will not be here for our weekend shows as normal. However, the week after, this show that you're watching right now
We're
is
gonna be on Bookface.
well, kind of. You almost got that right. We're going to
Face
be
of
on
the book?
Facebook.
Face
So
of the book.
you're going to have YouTube Saturdays and Facebook Sundays.
We're gonna be on Dead Journal.
So Facebook, we are going to be on MySpace. Actually, no, we're going to be on Facebook. You can catch us on Facebook, or you can, and possibly Periscope.
Yes,
but
yes.
you can definitely catch us on Facebook next
Periscope
week.
Sounds like a peeping Tom
Yep,
thing.
that was well, kind of naughty. So we will be on Facebook
coming
in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, tune in Facebook. We're going to resume Retro Ranger wrap up right there, and all of the other Sunday programming we have. Doctor Who, Sci-Fi's moving there. Star Wars, wrestling.
Wrestling.
Star
Yeah.
Wars was already on Facebook. That's not.
Well,
You know what?
Sure.
I was actually thinking we should move Quest for Player 2 to one of the weekend days too.
I would be down.
Ooh.
Make it
Yeah?
Sunday, so I only have to
Sunday?
show up one day. Sunday.
I'm down.
I like how the schedule really worked out for you. Like,
Yeah.
this is not good for
why
me
I'm
whatsoever.
like,
It really worked out
I
for
was
you.
like, you know what? You know what I don't feel like doing? Showing up on Tuesday.
I also like
Let's make that change.
like how I changed my schedule and I changed the show schedule in order to fit my
For
schedule.
your schedule? Yeah.
Hey,
That
that
works.
works. But actually, climbing on Tuesdays works because I come there after climbing, and it's right
Oh,
down
yeah,
the
that
street.
Actually,
makes sense,
Tuesdays
that makes
is
sense.
fun. I like doing that show. And you can hear all about
Tune in Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. Actually, it's the three of us again talking about your relationship questions.
Relationship questions.
answering
You guys
those.
did send in a few, and we will be able to answer those. So
And we'll
that's
have
gonna be
some
good.
Quest for Player 2 content from WonderCon
And you can
as
hear
well.
all about my
right.
argument. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Wow.
Totally kidding. I was kidding. Just kidding.
Oh my God!
kidding.
I love how
Just kidding.
I think immediately we would just walk off, and it's just like
we would just walk away
Kidding.
and leave just Joe.
All right.
Excuse me.
That is going to do it for us right here at that Range Wrap Up. Please hit that like, share. Wait, where can everyone find you on social media?
I'm Elle Tea on
Let's just get
Instagram
off the
and
air.
what are you on Periscope?
Oh, I don't exist on Periscope.
It is that
but,
hashtag show at periscope.com.
Actually, well,
I don't know.
Periscope.
That's a lie. I don't know what that site
Facebook
is.
owns Periscope as well as Instagram, don't they? And all
Oh.
that sort of stuff. So anyway,
Wow.
Battlestar Galactica, that's where you can find me. I am the most entertaining name on social media. There you go.
Second most entertaining name.
Hey,
on
hey,
social
whoa.
media Is that hashtag
Whoa,
Joe?
whoa,
I was
whoa.
going to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got the best
okay,
one. You got
okay.
number one.
Thank you.
Oh.
Second, is that hashtag Joe. You can follow me
won.
on all social media. Hey, it's a good name.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
I
didn't
like,
get
and the logo is really cool too.
I didn't get
logo's-
rockied. I didn't get rockied.
You didn't get
I
rocky.
appreciate
You didn't
it.
get
I
rocky.
appreciate it.
So yes,
Or
we
Hufflepuffed.
we are going to see you guys later. They're going to be
nothing.
back in Doctor Who in just a second. We also have tonight coming up.
Star Wars.
Are you guys sci-fi?
Star Wars.
Star Wars wrestling. Star Wars wrestling and Doctor Who.
Okay, then
join
just
us later.
Doctor Who.
And once again, thank you to Red Blue Blur. Also, was it J Hero 07? Like 007.
And
but
Larry
without the
Newbill.
double. Yes. Thank you very much. We definitely appreciate
I don't remember
super
Larry
chats.
Newbill super chat.
Well, hey, Larry Newbill.
Oh, yeah, I
No
did.
matter what, we'll say thank you to you anyway, Larry.
remember.
You definitely are sending my child through college. So, once again, thank you guys very much. We definitely appreciate it.
That hashtag Joe is the name.
Whoa. Oh, who was that?
From Dragon Ball
right,
Z Central.
okay.
I'm going to go on for
Make
5
sure
more
you're
minutes.
no
No, I'm just
longer-
kidding.
we'll make sure
Nick's
you're
like,
no
"Fuck you."
longer on.
All right, we're going to do it. That's going to do it for us right here at the Range Wrap Up. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending.
Geek pop culture.
All right, that was not in sync, guys.
No, it wasn't.
I said it fast.